there and welcome back. So today we are going to have a look at a new model from Hornby. Now there has been issues with this model, what I've seen in reviews, heard about and read about, and also there was an issue with this one, but if I'm assuming and looking at the reviews and everything I've seen so far that the issue is the same, I can show you how to fix it and you get a great locomotive what will work perfectly fine on your layout. And if you're not already sure what that is, I know the title will give this away, but today we are looking at this, which is the new Black 5 from Hornby, and this is packed with a ton of extra features, which you'll see as I'm going to show it to you. So if we turn it round this side, here is our product number. As we can see here, it has a 21 pin decoder, what you need for this locomotive, and as always it is out of the box. It's behind me ready to look at, but I will say I am really liking this packaging from Hornby. I think they've definitely stepped up with these, because these locomotives what I've got recently, they've all been in nice big chunky boxes. They've got all the foam packaging like I mentioned with the Dapple locomotives, what I absolutely love, and how amazingly that they take care of their models. So yes, this, I'm really liking this upgrade from Hornby at the minute. So yeah, so let's have a look at this, then let me show you the very simple thing that, well, it worked for me anyway, but the very simple thing that you need to do to have an absolutely amazing locomotive. So come on, let's check it out. And here is the locomotive in all its absolute stunning glory. Now, I got this locomotive like I normally do from the Ashton Model Centre, which is my local model shop, and when I went in, I will just tell you this first, it was explained to me that it was brought in brand new, it was working, it was them you know, like playing up a little bit, and I was allowed to have a little look at it. And when it was working, I loved this model so much, I said, you know, please let me have this off you. You know, it's working, nothing wrong with it, it is absolutely stunning. So what I will do first off, now I do understand and I do appreciate that you'll be like, well hang on, it's a brand new locomotive, you know, there shouldn't be an issue, it should work properly, perfectly straight out to the box. And I'm not going to argue with that, yes it should, but with looking at this and with the simple fix that I was able to do, this locomotive is so worth getting because it is absolutely fantastic. So what we'll do, we will split the locomotive and the tender like so. I'm going to do what I normally do, we'll have a look at this up close because this has got some amazing detail and features on this, and then when we get to the tender I will show you the little fix what I did. So yeah, so we'll look at this all normal, and then we'll I'll show you just how simple it was to get this locomotive running absolutely perfectly with no issues. Okay, so let's move the tender to one side and let's have a look at this locomotive. And what a locomotive this is, it is absolutely stunning. So if we start off with the front, we have springy buffers, which are always a nice little feature, and if we look, we have lights on the front of this, and these are working lights as well. So this is absolutely fantastic. So we don't even need to worry about fitting light onto this locomotive, it comes already done. As we look at the front there, we've got no riveting around the front, which is unusual, so I'm assuming that this is correct for this type of locomotive, but you know, without doing a bit more research into it, unfortunately I'm afraid it's something that that I wouldn't really know. But let's go around it. You see we've got an absolutely amazing number fitted to the front. We've got the grab handle just here, which is separately fitted. We have got the door hinges, which has been, or the smoke box hinges and fixing, which has been absolutely beautifully and amazingly picked out. We turn this around to the side. As you can see, we've got our handrail separately fitted. We've got our other pipe separately fitted, and you can see the gap there, just showing that they are all separately fitted. As you can see, we've got, there's the camera knock for the video. I knew it was too good to be true. We've got a lovely builder's plate on the front. We've got a lovely amount of separately fitted parts. If you're looking at this, the lining is absolutely wonderful on this. It is fantastic. And also, if we look at the side, look at these wheels. The way that the centres have been picked out. On the camera, it does look more white. But when you actually look at these are silver, and you can see just how well they're picked out. I mean, these have done absolutely beautifully. They really, really have. And even with the front bogie wheels, again, this is just such an amazing locomotive. Now, if we move around, we can see there we've got separately coloured pipes going further back towards the steps where are fitted. And check this out, see that shine? There we go, we've got a metal reversing rod, and there we go, 2 for 2 with the camera knocks. And that looks absolutely fantastic. And look at these pipes here, they've even got them so they change colour as they move down the locomotive, which really does look fantastic. We've got a wonderfully applied number. As we can see there, the lining on this is absolutely fantastic. Hornby have definitely gone to town with the way that they've done the decoration on this. It does look absolutely impeccable. And then here's the good bit. Look at the inside of this cab. Oh my word, look at all that detail. We have all the pipes what are picked out. As you can see, you've got your regulator, your reverser all picked out too. You've got your dials picked out as well. I'm just going to lift this up slightly. And yes, on these dials here, there are even little tiny motifs on the front. Hey, we're doing well today. I was our third knock on the camera. Wow. Is anybody counting? No, I'm not. So, yes, I know, I'm a Wally. But yeah, the detailing on that is absolutely fantastic. And if you look where the smoke box is, this does have a firebox flicker. And you see there the little ridging? As this runs around, this does give it a even better effect than normal because of what it does to the light. So yeah, we will show you that. And again, that is fantastic. We've got our glazed windows, what you can see, well, you saw from the outside, but you can also see from the inside. And they are quite nicely fitted too. If you look up into the cab roof, I mean, you can look at that finish. You can see the reflection of the dials in the roof just there. This cab has been finished so wonderfully. It looks absolutely amazing. You've got your metal kick plate here, or sorry, your locomotive to tender plate to cover the gap. Your seats are picked out in a lovely brown, which looks a very nice, very stereotypical. As you can see there, this is metal, which is even better. And then we've got the coupling which goes from the locomotive to the tender. Now you can see here that it is slightly cut off to one side, but again, with our little fix, it does not affect the train running whatsoever. It runs so incredibly, and you'll see that when it goes down onto the layout. So if we turn this around to the side, as you can see there, we've got the same very high level of detail. You can see that we've got the lining which looks absolutely impeccable all the way down. I do apologise for that little bit there, that was unfortunately my fingerprint from earlier. We've got the amazing lining towards the front. The wheels, the driving wheels look absolutely stunning on this locomotive. It's a real treat to watch us go around the layout. And then if we go on the top, if we can see here, your valves are metal and separately fitted. Now your whistle here, unfortunately that is plastic, but it is a nice looking plastic. But these that are fitted metal and separately, or fitted separately and in metal, really do look the part. And to top it off, we even have a sliding roof vent. And you can see there, if we continue along the top, I mean, I'm using the light on the camera, you cannot see where this body has been joined. It is that good. And then we've got the single chimney on the top. And again, you've got those picked out as separately fitted details on the side, which really, really do make this locomotive look fantastic. So, that is I know the whole thing's a locomotive, but that's the locomotive side of it. Now let's look at this tender, because this tender is as equally as good. So let's start from the side. Look at that finish. That finish is absolutely incredible. The LMS sign on the side is fitted absolutely wonderfully. Now we don't have anything picked out along the bottom here, any extra lining, but if you look at the detail on this, this is absolutely wonderful. We can see there the fantastic lining, what's going all the way around the tender. If we turn this around, look at the amount of detail that you've got on here. It's absolutely incredible. You've got all your labels picked out, you've got your handles fitted here, you've got your coal coming out of the coal bunker, which looks very good. I think that does look really, really nice. You've got all the other bits of detail and the riveting picked out too. There's the other part of our coupling. And yeah, this just looks really, really incredibly highly finished off. Go around the other side, as you can expect, it looks exactly the same. And let's go over to the top. The coal load, yeah, that could have been a little bit better, but hey, that looks absolutely fine. And it's a full coal load too. Sometimes you only get a partial load, but they've put a full load in this, which looks really, really nice. If we move this to the back, you can see there that you've got your hatch for where your water goes. Now let's have a look. Does this actually move? No. I know on a very, very limited amount of locomotives, some of them do have these lifting, but unfortunately this one doesn't. Now here's the good bit. So if we go around to the back, that is a working rear lamp. And to top it off even more, it's actually a colour changing lamp too. So when the locomotive's going forwards, it will be red. When it's going reverse, it will be white. And that is such an amazing feature. Now bearing in mind that this locomotive, I paid $235 from my local shop for that. Again, just Aston Bond Centre. And again, not sponsored, but I always like to mention where I get my locomotives from. And yeah, 99 times out of 100 it is from there. But yeah, we've got spring buffers again on the back, as we can see there. They are wonderful. We've got your coupling hook if you want to choose to have your locomotives like that. We've got the vacuum pipe fitted already, which the detail's been wonderfully picked out. And then underneath, as you can see, the brake rigging is already fitted. And just thinking, I am going to have to go back to the locomotive a second now. Normally I get everything, but I have forgotten the underneath on this locomotive, so let's just have a look at it. As you can see, we've got Hornby there. The brake rigging isn't fitted to this one, but we've got a really nice amount of detail underneath. And if you look just down the side of the wheels, you have got your pickups on every single axle, which is wonderful. And then again, that reflects on this, because if you look down the side here, you can see that you've got your wiper pickups too on the tender, which is absolutely fantastic. So this is going to get such a good power continuity going around the track. So that is the locomotive and the tender. Now, if you will agree, I think that this looks absolutely, I mean, look at that, that just looks absolutely stunning. And for the price what you pay for this, the fact that it's got working front and rear lights, at this point in time, I will say, please don't be deterred if this isn't working the way it should. Because if the issue is just this little issue what I've come across, which is so easily rectified, it's as easily rectified as, say, one of your wiper pickups just wanting moving slightly. That's how simple it is. So, you know, don't knock this model for a simple little thing what can be sorted. Right, here we go. So what you will need is a very small screwdriver or a pin or something like that, and let me explain to you the issue. Now, as you can see, this has got, and I first saw it with Dapple, so I'm going to call it Dapple's style coupling, which is, if I bring this closer, as you can see, it is these 4 little metal strips, and what these do, these join the power, and in this one, because this is incredibly heavy, it's fantastic, the decoder from here into the train, and obviously the decoder tells the motor what to do, and then, you know, this makes the front part work. So let's pop that to one side and let's get this. Now, in here, in this little part, this is what has the wipers, and by wipers, in fact, let me just quickly demonstrate. Let's get this. Here we go. So just to very quickly demonstrate, what happens is, as these couple up, you have a connection here and a connection here, and what happens is when you plug it in and it clips together, I'm trying to do this at the back of the camera. I'm not going to start drumming away. Right. So, yeah, okay, get back to it. I know, I get it, I'm sorry. So what happens is the connections go together like this, forms a connection, and then that, you know, sends the power through, back, and all that good stuff. So what is happening is, inside of this, and I will show you, I promise I will show you, what is happening is there are 4 of these wipers, if you will. Now these wipers, instead of being flat like that, they are supposed to go down a little. So as it comes in and couples, it pushes up, and that then joins them both together. And obviously you need that pushing down on that, because, you know, that's how your power goes across. If it's like this, there won't be any power. Obviously this is exaggerated, but this is the issue. Okay, so what it is, these little wipers that should be down here are very simply just raised up like that. So when the loco's down on the track, you can see that all the lights are working, the firebox is flickering away, but unfortunately there's no movement, and all that is that the power just isn't being able to get transferred from here to here. Now, this is how easy it was to fix this locomotive. So let me see, can we show you, because it is a little difficult to see. Let me just, right, okay, so yeah, let me do it this way. So in here, just using this as we go for the 4th time for the camera knock. Oh, we're doing good. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4. As you can see, 4 pickups there. Now inside of here, we have the 4 wipers, and let me just do this way. So camera knock number 5, eh? We're really going good for it this week. If you look inside here, let me see if I can get that camera just to focus on that little spot a bit better. Fantastic, look at that. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 little pickups, those 4 little shadows. Okay, now they are supposed to press down onto this, and here is our little fix. I'm sorry I've gone on about it a bit. I just want to like kind of show and explain it to you. Now if you look here on the side, see that little, I'll use my fingernail, tiny piece of metal just here. Let's see if I can do this while looking through the camera. Just there. Okay, so there's one on that side, and then there is one on this side, if you can see that, just there. Now basically these I couldn't see, and when I looked up inside here, I could see these two very clearly because they were dropped down, and these two weren't very clear because they weren't dropped down. So our fix is as simple as this. You get a tiny screwdriver like this. I'm going to try and get this as close as I can to show you. You see where that piece of metal is there? All you do is you get your screwdriver in this slot and you push that metal down very, very slightly. Now this screwdriver for me may be a little too big. Just give me 1 second. This is better. Now you could probably even do this with a pin, but you just need to be super careful. So you can see here where that little piece is, you just need to go inside, just push this down. You see where that bar has dropped down slightly where it was higher up, and then you go on this side. Like I said, it might be easy to do with a pin because you know you don't want to push down too hard, but if the camera catches up, thank you very much. Hang on. Now it's just picking up that wrong little bit. Let's try and get it onto this. Perfect. Now see here, just push that down ever so gently, just like this. And you can see where it's dropped down a bit further. Just like that. That's it. That is a simple, easy, super duper easy little fix. That is all you need to do. So a pin, a tiny screwdriver, push down those little metal tabs where you can see, which are just inside these 2 slots, which you can get to on this side and on this side. And it doesn't do all 4 of them, it just does them outer 2. What you can see there. Now if you can see the difference in them already where they've been pushed down, and then when you connect this locomotive up, hey presto, hey bingo, you have got an amazing, fully functional and working locomotive. Now I do understand it should work out the box, don't get me wrong, but don't let this little tiny issue deter you from an amazing locomotive, and you're gonna see how amazing this is. This does run so. I'm made up that I've got this, I'm made up that I fix it, I'm made up that I've got this, and I can see this becoming, well, all my locos are my favourites. But yeah, this is going to be a loco I'm going to be running a lot because it's just absolutely incredible. So let's get this down on the layout. Let's have a look at it running so I can just show you how fantastic this locomotive is. Yeah, as you can tell, I was getting very passionate about that train then, because I forgot to do some of the other stuff. Oh dear, I've just had to come back in and bring everything back with me. So yeah, as you can tell, just how passionate I am about this loco being so amazing to run. Oh dear, well there we go. Right, so we've got some cool things included with this. So as you can see, we've got a snowplow where you can fit to the front, which looks very nice. You can see we have also the option of the NEM coupling to the front, which doesn't come fitted, but it is really easy to pop on. Now hopefully these guys aren't going to jump all over the place like the others did, but we have a pair of fully painted figures, and because the seats are already fitted in there, it's literally a case of just popping them on. We have got the spare little screw, which is to go with this. Now this is for fitting our NEM coupling to the front, and the instructions tell you how to do that. But I do love the fact that it gives you the snowplow, because it's something a little different and a little cool. Now if we look at this looks like it's a slightly different type of snowplow. We have got our brake rigging for the locomotive. We've got, now I believe this was a lamp catcher, an eye catcher, so some form of catcher to go on the side of the locomotive. I do have to apologise because I'm not fully up with what this is, but we do have that fitted. Oh, sorry, we have that to fit. We have our cylinder drain valves. I said we get an awful lot with this train. We have our chain link coupling. We also have steps that can be fitted, and then last but not very least, if you look at these, we have two lights what can be fitted. Now from what I believe, that these lamps, I think these are to be fitted instead of the other lamps, but we'll have to have a look at those. But yeah, you've got two extra lamps there what you can fit, but we'll double check that in the instructions in a second. So if we just look at our manual, as you can see here, we've got Black 5, you've got your general instructions. We have got the instructions for removal of the tender and to remove the socket. Now this is a 21 pin socket, this is the newer like next gen socket. We also have details on where to fit your steps, where to fit your plows and your extra pipes, also how to fit your NEM coupling, also how to fit, now let me try and find it, tablet catcher, that's it, a tablet catcher. So I'm assuming that that's for instructions to do with the train. So you have that to be fitted, you have your drivers, and now it does says that this can be a little bit fiddly to do, so take care when doing this, but you have your instructions for fitting your lamps, and also, now this is quite cool, it shows the lamp combinations, how they are and can be fitted to the front to dictate, you know, what type of train this is, and I think that is absolutely brilliant. That's a really cool little extra feature. And then as we can see at the back, we've just got our normal bit of coupling information, and then we've got Hornby's, you know, details to follow them online. That's just the front again, and that is our booklet or our manual to go with this locomotive. So this locomotive has been run in, it is fully working, fully tested, and I am going to say this again, please do not take anything away from this locomotive based on the fact with it having an issue. It's so easily solvable, you know, anyone can solve this. But yeah, let the locomotive speak for itself. Let's pop it down the track. Let's have a look at it running. Let's do all the usual stuff. Then we'll have a nice running session with this one, because this is an incredible locomotive. I genuinely do love this, and I'm so made up that I purchased this locomotive. In spite of that issue, I do not regret buying this locomotive whatsoever. I promise I am not sponsored or anything like that. I'm only still a small channel yet, and I wouldn't say something, you know, if I didn't mean it. If I bought this and I thought that this was with the fault a load of garbage, I promise that I would say that. But this is a fantastic locomotive. So yeah, so let's get this down on the layout, let's have a look at it, and then let's do our running session. Okay, so here we have it down on the layout, and as we can see, this is looking absolutely wonderful. Now, we know it's working, we know everything's fine with it, so let's see. As we can see there, it's working perfectly fine, even at the slow speeds. Now let's do what we normally do, and let's check out that crawl. So, here we go. Let's just turn this up slowly. You can hear that motor. And look at that. How incredible is that for a crawl? That's probably one of the best crawlers that I have seen. Now let me see if I can... There you go. I've turned it down a bit more. Look at that. You can barely tell that that is moving. That is seriously impressive. Absolutely wonderful. So let's turn this up. So you can see, there we go, working in forward and working in reverse. Now one thing that I am going to do is I'm just going to do a quick pass with this, and I am going to be quiet because I want you to hear for yourselves just how incredibly quiet this train is. So just have a listen to this. Just listen to that. There is hardly any noise coming from this train. It's absolutely incredible. So what I'm going to do, we're going to back it up, and if we keep our eye on that rear light... Yeah, okay, the camera didn't have time to react. So what we'll do it the other way. Let's send it forward, and I am being careful doing this. If I just gently hold that for a second, you can see those lights are beautifully bright and vivid, and even on DC, if we let it go past, we can see there. Oh, look at the effect with that firebox glow because of the way it's been shaped. That looks absolutely incredible. And then on the back, there we go. We even have our working rear lamp. I mean, it is daylight, so you know, in the dark it will be a lot more visible. And if I send it away a little bit and then bring it back, we shall do the same. And then look at that, you have got a white light, beautiful white light in reverse, and then the front lights are then cancelled for running in reverse as they should be. And then obviously you have the option to, you know, try these in different configurations. So fantastic. Now let's answer that age-old question. We know it works on second radius. It works perfectly fine on second radius. Will it work on first? So here we go. So let's pop that down just like that. A little adjustment, a little check. Now then, see, I've just moved that. No problems at all. That one little issue, that's all you need to do. Pop a pin in, push those two little plates down so you can see them and see that they've moved down by looking through the front. No problems. It's an incredible locomotive, it is. I do understand, again, it should work out of the box. I am not denying that. But don't knock a locomotive because of an issue like that, because when you've got it, when it's working, even if, and I mean if, you have a problem, you send it away, you get it back when it will be like brand new. This is a locomotive you will not regret buying, because it's just absolutely incredible. And look at this. This is actually, look at that. Wow. Hang on a second, let's just follow this. Yeah, these are the coaches I was going to do with a different locomotive. But look, it's still going. It's still going. This is first radius. And look, now there is a little bit of a slowdown there. But look at that. Couple of slowdowns. Couple of little slowdowns just on this bit here. But as you saw over there, because it could be just a track, could just be the track's a bit dirty, that ran perfectly fine on first radius. So in fact, let me just send that back. I'll pull these coaches out of the way. As we can see, there it goes off in the background. Let me just take you over there. Ooh, let me catch it before it goes into these coaches. Look at that. A first radius runner as well. So let's couple this up. Now I'm just gonna run this solo on its own because I don't want to take anything away from this locomotive. But let's have a little running session. We'll move these coaches over, we'll use these ones, and then yeah, let's have a little summary, a little roundup of this locomotive, and I think that will do us for today. Okie dokie, so I just wanted to show you that last little shot of that light working in reverse, and let's bring this round, let's bring this to a nice gentle stop, just like that. And one thing that I will show you, if you can see there, even as the train barely starts to move, you can see that lovely firebox glow, firebox flicker, which really does look incredible on this locomotive. So I would really like to hear your thoughts on this. Now, yes, there has been a lot of bad press about these, but it didn't put me off wanting to try one. It didn't put me off wanting to, buy one. Now this, it did have a issue. I explained as I saw, but look at this locomotive now. It is running perfectly with zero, and I repeat that, zero issues. And look at that, it's just so incredible the way this locomotive moves. Now I understand, again, like I mentioned before, that people may say it should work out of the box, this, that and the other. And yes, I do agree with you. But however, don't let a little issue, a little bit of bad press put you off trying one of these. or even, you know, if you get one, if there is a problem, you've seen that the simple way that I did to fix it. Or let's be honest, even if, for argument's sake, you got one, you sent it off, it got repaired and came back to you. This is an amazing, amazing locomotive. So, you know, try not to think too negatively about it if you can. You know, if you've been waiting for one of these, then go for it and get one, because I am made up that I've got this. I've got it. I've pretended to be a train mechanic and fixed it. And I am going to keep this in my collection for many years. I can see that. I mean, just look at the incredible colours, the detailing, how well this has been made and this has been finished. This is an absolute top-notch locomotive, get me words out. And for the price, with the lights front and rear, and the fact that you can change them if you wish, guys, this is an incredible locomotive. So if I thought that it was complete 100% garbage, I would honestly say yes, stay away from this. I'll be taking it back, I'll be sending it back. But it isn't, you know, it has a little teething issue. So what? Look how incredible it's been running on the layout. You know, it pulled 4 coaches no problem. Heck, it even worked on first radius. So, you know, it's one of those little niggles. It can be sorted, it can be fixed, and if it does, when it does, if it even needs it, this is an absolute fantastic locomotive for the price. This really, really is. Please, please do not let that put you off. You've seen my little fix. How easy was that? And look at this stunning locomotive, what I've got, which is fully running, 100% fully running. Fantastic. I know I'm saying it a lot, but I'm just trying to stress a little bit. You know, if there was all sorts wrong with it, I would say, you know, I don't really recommend this locomotive, but you get it working, or it works out of the box perfectly. This is a fantastically stunning locomotive, and to be honest, I'm really looking forward to fitting this one with sound as well. With the way Hornby's sound profiles have been coming along, with the firebox glow, with the lights and everything, this is going to look absolutely incredible. So I would recommend getting this locomotive. So with that being said, please give this locomotive a little bit of love, because it's fantastic. It really is. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this review, and just to put it out there, some people may love or hate this, but these opinions are 100% my own. You know, I've not been asked to say anything like that. It's genuinely 100% my opinion. I will be keeping this locomotive. I will be running it regularly, and I'm made up and thrilled with it. So I just wanted to, you know, put that out there. And again, yes, if it was completely garbage, I would say so, but it's got a little niggle. You know, what locomotive is 100% perfect, really? But your thoughts and your opinions are completely, you know, whatever you decide. But anyway, with that being said, I hope you've enjoyed this review with the little fix too. And as always, thumbs up, like and subscribe. And as always, we shall see you in the next video.